Welcome to Coffee and Connections with the Library Director. I'm Cindy Scott, and this month we're going to be having some changes at the library, so I want to talk briefly about that before I get into some materials about recommendations for summer reading. And also we're going to do a tour through the library so you can see what the updates are. So sometime this month, and we don't have the dates yet, so keep an eye on next week in Wolfeboro with Will and Caden to see what the dates are. We're going to be closed for a period of time, up to 2 weeks, while we move from the existing building into the new addition. Also, the parking lot's going to get a lot of work done to it, and we'll be able to reopen after this period for our next phase, where the construction work is in the remaining part of the existing building, and that gets completed. So next what we've got is some recommended books by the children's librarian for various ages of kids to read. First of all, we have The Bridge Home, and it's about two street children in India, and it was declared by School Library Journal as a starred review and an unforgettable tale of families lost, found, and moving ahead without leaving those they love behind. We also have the graphic novel version of a classic book, The Giver, by LOIS LOWRY. So this is very popular with any of the kids who like to read the graphic novels. And our last children's book that Barbara Widmer recommended is Can Princesses Become Astronauts? It's a picture book, and the universe is a big, big place filled with endless possibilities for everyday princesses. Dream along as a little girl and her family imagine what she might be when she grows up. A chef, an astronaut, a flower fairy, president. One thing is for certain. The sky is the limit when you believe in yourself. So blast off. And then for the adults, we have some nonfiction materials. We have been buying new materials right along. There's a rumor among some people that we haven't been buying new materials, but yes, we are still buying new materials. You can come in and find those materials in the library. This is The Liberation of Paris by Jean Edward Smith, and it's how Eisenhower, de Gaulle, and von Koltitz saved the City of Light. Another title is If, the Untold Story of Kipling's Time in America. So it's a unique exploration of the life and work of Rudyard Kipling during Gilded Age America, and it was written by a celebrated scholar of American literature. And a very visually appealing book. This is The Botanical Baking Book by Juliet Sear. Learn how to perfect the prettiest trend in cake decorating using edible flowers. With this impossibly beautiful guide from this celebrated baker, you too can learn how to do beautiful decorative baked goods. And for some fiction, for those of you who like to read fiction, we have Andrea Bobatis, The Last List of Miss Judith Kratz. Some bury their secrets close to home, others scatter them to the wind and hope they land somewhere far away. The Mask Collectors is by Ruveni Peterses Vilhauer, and I probably really scrambled that name. This is about a murder investigation which becomes a dance with the devil in a breakthrough novel of illusion, conspiracy, and belief. And finally, we have MARILOU is Everywhere by Sarah Elaine Smith. Consumed by the longing for a different life, a teenager flees her family and carefully slips into another, replacing a girl whose own sudden disappearance still haunts a town. So come into the library and find these and many other new materials. Also new videos, also new books on audio, new downloadable ebooks and audios. We still have all of the services that we had before, just some of the programming has been moved off-site. We look forward to seeing you soon. Now we'll go on a tour of where we are on the construction project. So here we are in the new entryway to the library, and we are in the middle of a lot of work. I don't know if you can hear the drills in the background and the saws, but we're starting to make a lot of progress, and sometime in September we'll begin to move into the front part of the library, and this area will have the doors on and pretty much be ready to go. We'll have the carpet in. So as we look at what's happening right now while we're recording this, you'll know that a lot of the work that has to be done in these areas makes progress every day. So let's now go look at the new part of the library and really see how work has come along there. So here we are in the main new area of the library, and as you can see, a lot of work has been completed. They have been doing the painting, and now they're working on getting the ceiling installed. We're very much looking forward to being able to be in this space in a few weeks. So in this area, along the window wall, we're going to have the periodicals. We're also going to have tables and chairs and various kinds of seating for people to enjoy. In the middle, away from the wall, we're going to have stacks, and that's where the bulk of the collection for the adults is going to be. Over in this area, you're starting to see where we have our small study rooms for small group meetings. And as you go off to the right here, you can see where the temporary wall is for the library, and that is going to lead into the rest of the adult section, with the children's section being at the far end of the old building. Along the north side, we have the director's office and then the administrative assistant's office. This area is going to be the new genealogy and local history room, with a nice big closet for us to store the archival material that we have in. And this room is going to be our technology area with all of our IT materials. This is where we're going to have the network node. This area is going to be the small conference room and is going to be, I think, one of the most popular parts of the new library. So right now, the parking lot, half of it has been redone underneath. Now they're working on the second half of it to get that done, and we hope in September to be able to get the asphalt on the parking lot, so it'll be a little bit easier to get in and out of the library. Once the parking lot is asphalted, then we'll be able to reuse the entrance that we used to come in on, which is near the library building itself, and the construction entrance will become the dirt entrance that we have been using. The parking will be mostly located to the south of the building during the transition, and when the full project is done, there will be parking both to the south and to the behind the library building, just like there was before. So we'll have a little bit more parking than we had before. But you'll come in on the driveway, there'll be a drive-up book drop. You'll be able to drop people off and then go around. It's going to be one-way travel around the parking lot to help prevent some of the mess that the previous parking lot had because nobody knew where to go. So we look forward to that and being able to have easier access for people who don't like driving on the dirt driveway that we have right now. As you can see, the siding is now on just about all of the side back portion of the library where that's going to be. But the brick work hasn't started yet, and once that starts, that's going to go on really quickly. We're expecting that it will actually be on by the time you see this episode. Here's the front of the building. Again, we're waiting for that brickwork that'll help tie together the original building's brickwork and the new addition's brickwork. So the areas around these windows, in between the siding, those are going to remain the white composite and not be brick. It's just the front side and the front there that are all the new section that is going to have the brick in it. So that's the update on the library project at this time. And we are looking forward to having this entrance here be our main entrance in sometime in September, I think. It will open up at these doors, and you'll be going into the new portion of the library for your library services.